Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video, I'm going to be going over on tips on how to get your YouTube account reinstated if it's been like disabled. I've been getting like lots of emails and comments about this, and it's definitely been something that's been like trending on my channel, and so just putting up like another like follow-up video, just kind of going over like some tips and like some guides for you if you are trying to reinstate your channel. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So tip number one is ensure there is a plan. So when you're filling out your appeal form guide, you want to make sure that like you have like a plan that doesn't just say like I'm gonna follow like YouTube or Google's like policies and guidelines. I mean, that is good, but you want to ensure that you have a plan that is in place that is conveying like how you are going to be like preventing this from happening in the future, and understanding like how are you going to be doing that. How are you going to be preventing like invalid click activity? Like how are you personally going to be able to do that? And I actually made like a guide right here that actually goes over on how to prevent this. You can take some of the things that I kind of talk about in that video, then you can incorporate it into your whole appeal form submission. And so that's essentially what you want to be doing. I'm gonna just some quick things, then I'm gonna like kind of like explain what that video is. It's going to be utilizing like analytics. It's going to be utilizing like third-party tools. It's going to just be utilizing lots of different tools that you can be using in order to prevent invalid click activity. So definitely recommend checking that out. And then moving on to tip number two, explaining like your purpose of your channel, like what like really motivates you, your passion in your channel. I think that's really important so they can kind of see like your point of view and like why this means a lot to you know, why it means a lot to you. Like if you did get reinstated, what are you going to be doing differently? How are you gonna be like changing from like this point when you get reinstated? How are your videos, how are they going to be different than your previous videos? And how are you going to be engaging with your community differently than you did before? So these are like small little things that you can put here and there in order to have a really strong, like I would say, appeal form submission. They can really see like, wow, this person is, you know, really going all out with their channel, really engaging with their community. And so the whole point is trying to like foster like a positive community versus, I wouldn't say your previous community is like negative, but you want to ensure that that is what your whole purpose of your channel is, and that yeah, so that's kind of like tip number two. So ensuring that you have like big passion and how you're going to be like impacting this going forward, if everything turns out well. So you want to think about like the going forward. Then number three, which is like something I actually like mention a lot, is just being persistent. So it's really just about like repetition. Even though you might have a really strong submission, you want to be like persistent, because like I'm gonna be honest, I got rejected like multiple times in terms of like the whole appeal form. Google reached out to me multiple times. They rejected me like probably at least like 10 to 15 times before I even got like a thumbs up, reinstated. And that whole thing, I would say, when I took it serious, took me a little over 1 year in terms of like submitting appeal forms. But I would say like the whole entire thing was a good 7 years. And I know it's a long time. I can talk about it more in detail here, where I talk about like my whole story, where it all started. So you can check that out if you are curious. But yeah, just being persistent, making sure like, you know, every other week, every month that you are filling out the appeal form even though you got rejected, and then making updates. How can you make it better? Reaching out to friends or family in order to capture like a more strong like feedback, and then making sure that it is good to go. And other than that, my last tip, this is bonus tip, which is don't stress yourself out. Like, I know this whole thing is really important to you. That's why you're like, you know, watching this video, listening for tips, how can you get reinstated? But you don't want to overwhelm yourself with all these like ideas, plans that you're going to be doing, and then just to get rejected. So you don't want to put yourself like very stressed out. So just try to take it easy. Just try to, you know, not let yourself get too worked up and take things too personal. Things take time, so just be patient out there, and, you know, try to help out other people, you know, that you see that just really needs, like, you know, maybe some more confidence. So I know I see that in the comments, and I'm like trying my best to help out, you know, other people, because I was in that same spot before, and here I am now that I am reinstated. I'm trying to provide as much like tips and guidance for other people, because there definitely wasn't any when my account was disabled. So other than that, hope you found this video helpful. Definitely leave a like, comment, and yeah, subscribe for future videos. If you have any like suggestions, definitely let me know. I've definitely been trying to do some like more research on other things around this topic. But other than that, see you guys next time, and peace out.